You don't know it's the bridge. 99 FM. Keep it locked, dirty.
Yes, sir. Hey, don't know enough from here, the baddest instrumental per radio. You know, so this is one of the baddest shows on radio. Because I'm modest to say that. Because the rest of the bad show them they wear on the Bridge 99 FM. People, if you don't know the voice by now, this is The Streets according to me, your boy Shelz, as I said, right here live on the Bridge 99 FM. As always, I want you guys to remember we have lots to discuss, real issues, real conversation, of course with real people. That's how we do it. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation by tweeting me and hitting me up on all social media platforms using the hashtag Shelz Street. So that's SHELZ Street. We're still working on if we're supposed to use 2 L's or 1 L. We still a work out that. When you forget that, sort it out for the new year. But I love the support so far. So yeah, if you want to slide tackle me personally, you can find me on Instagram at everything. So everything. Use up the Potter Diaspora. Everything_ Shelly. Right now I'm live on my Instagram. I want to big up everybody for following like that. Like we're going for a new record. I think that's 9 people are seen. I think last week we got 12. I'm feeling good. Bridge Nation. Also, remember, you can be a part of our bridge builders. What's a bridge builder? If you don't say you have a product or service, don't matter. You know, if you know big old service, if you don't say you just want your product and your service and your vibe reach the globe. Because that would do at the bridge now. We take the vibe to the where? To the what? To the world. And another thing, yes, you can contact our sales department, 876-669-5000. That's 876-669-5000. If you love my show in particular, nothing wrong with that. Just forward and talk to me, talk to the sales team, and we'll see what going on now. We can see what can go on. Anyways, a part of the monologue. We'll do a bag of chatting, but most importantly, before we get into this, we'll go into the trending topics. And because you don't know, every time before we forward and hear so many things happen, I'm going to prepare for the show already, and then, right, it's because, Jamaica work already. You're not a real place, as we all know. But yes, so the trending topics on here, the streets, I talk about what we've seen. First and foremost, last show we spoke about New Year's resolutions, right? Who founded a wicked piece of New Year's resolution? Bro got himself. The Prime Minister now laugh with no. I love it. Yo, honestly, when I heard the press conference being called, I was like, but no way am I gonna forward it. I know he was going to come with the whole, crime prevention plans and, but you see the one little part on my catch when the reporter asks something about COVID, it's like the man chip lick. The man say, yeah, let me tell you this. This is, you guys saw that sketch comedy with Key and, is Key? Jordan Peele, yes, Key and Barack Obama, where Barack Obama is doing the diplomatic thing by saying the right things, and then you have Key just being the angry black man side of him. I'm doing the translation for Andrew right now. Andrew basically say, yo, you know, phone the business, You understand what I mean? We did what we could. We want, we provide outlets for vaccinations. We're telling them what to do. And it's just legit. What I heard from Andrew is if I dirt. That's what the man said. The man said, yo, phone the business. If you get sick, it's on you. And I like that. I like that stance. Because the man did always take the diplomatic goody two-shoe route. I liked it. I know a couple girls out there who have like a... I don't know why I say this, but have like issues in them life. When they hear Andrew voice raised like that, enough girl goes and say, "Ooh, the Prime Minister just get like, did the Prime Minister just get sexier? Is that's what has happened?" But no, enough girl out there say, "Ooh, Andrew, sexiest man 2022, probably." But yeah, the vibe was good, man. I agree. The Prime Minister and I are really on the same wavelength. People, I just that's over there right now. Right now, there's a new one named Delta Cron. Combination of Delta and Omicron, be a transformer thing going. Like, let me tell you, it is what it is, people. We have to start live with it, and if you want to live recklessly, it's all on you, but don't endanger the people around you. You see me I say? Anywho, speaking of the Prime Minister, next thing I want to go on now, the Maroons versus the state. Diaspora, I'm also gonna get very excited when we talk about the Maroons, because I don't know Maroon, the Maroon people represent, historically and authentically the Jamaican culture, and I respect them to the highest. But there's a little beef if I can be slight with it, it's a beef. Like it's a real beef between the Chief Curry and the Prime Minister, or let me just say the state. But because what they want to be a sovereign state, right? And the government will say, yo, that can't go on. But yo, let me tell you, I feel like there are a lot of mixed views when it comes to the Maroons. You see me? Because like, it's like we respect the fight that they did, but a lot of people in our streets are say, yo, the reason why they even got that treaty, if it really meant how they got that treaty, is like, yeah, you know, they don't have to sell out some slaves, and you know, it's iffy. You know what I mean? But look, the only thing I want one thing I can say though, and I have to big up Chief Curry. Before him forward at the helm, we used to always wonder where the Maroons were. You understand? Like, we don't want to be disrespectful or nothing, but we knew they were here, but we never know like where them there. And when he fought on the scene, he brought a lot. I don't know. I think he rode that wave that the media tried to put on him as a sex symbol. He rode that wave, and him just like, yo, forget about me. This is what my people going through. And I've never seen so much talk about the Maroons in a long while in the media. So any publicity is good publicity. And I just hope everything can be resolved peacefully at the end of the day. Because again, like I said, the Prime Minister have a New Year's resolution where he's like, yo, the man I stand firm. You know, why? Pause. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going back a while ago. Oh, everybody get concerned. I was going, no, I said something kind of shaky a while ago. So I'm kind of. Anyway, so you don't know where for. Next thing. This is kind of in light of what's happening tonight. The discussion tonight. So the vibration we're going with Cafe Blue. Yeah. All right. So when I heard it, no disrespect, I was like, yo, wow. You know what I mean? So part of me surprised, part of me never too surprised. And when I saw the tweet, the first thing I saw that came, because, all right, for the diaspora, not quite sure what happened. The Cafe Blue team, they put out, it's on the screen. Thank you. For those who can't see it, join www.thebridge99fm.com. We're showing everything right now. But yeah, so they have this promotion saying that they're hiring. And on one hand you have supervisor. And on the other hand, you have chef, cashiers. In other words, people who work, you know, under the supervisor, I guess. And the supervisor, what do you call that? Animation is a light skin, and the chef, cashiers, and servers animation is a dark skin. Both of them is basically the same drawing, just one light skin, one dark skin, and that caused controversy. All right, you know me on the bridge, you know me when it comes to the streets, my side. I like to see things, from all perspectives. So let me just from an editorial perspective, I be feel strongly about this, but from an editor's perspective, maybe the editor never was it. Hold on, what I want to know is was it put out like that side by side, or was the person who constructed the tweet put them side by side? I mean, we can't hear, but they look like that here say. Yeah. Oh, so that's how they put it side by side. Oh, then I can't defend Cafe Blue. What I thought they were done separately, because you don't know, as an editor, you can be like, I never remember which tone they put. I never remember if that shade. I mean, I get dark over there. No, pun intended. No, but let me tell you, no, alright, but yeah, this not look good. It never looked good at all. The colorist thing, we all know the thing going at Jamaica. Colorism is a serious thing. Classism is a serious thing. And we all know, say, Cafe Blue, a lot of people in the streets already associate them with a certain stature in our society, even though they rightfully aren't. But a lot of higher class people really like that stuff. So this kind of like further that argument in a way where them never want to go. But Cafe Blue forward out and apologize still, and we respect that. But we know so this will go continue for a while until it dead out, until probably Cafe Blue forward with a new promotion and like everybody alright. Where's that? I can't hear you. Yeah, I know they apologize and I respect the apology. But I'm just saying, you don't respect it, Kevin? Hey, I know what's going to happen. We know this thing going on. Let me tell you, is anything will fall upon social media? Temporary. So what's going to happen? Boom, new promotion, new flavor, new this. Everybody, all is forgiven. We're good. Let's go. So it's all good. You see me? But it's really sad though, and I'm glad whoever came up with the tweet and the persons who follow up on the tweet brought this to their attention. I even see it fall upon all news outlets. So power of social media, right? Speaking of the power of social media, there's a song that was brought to my attention. So that song, it named "Baby Come Over." Baby Come Over by Casino. Now, I don't know why that's. I don't know why this. It started out kind of rash still. Or him call the girl and I say, yo, But the little COVID twist tonight, we must say, yo, baby, come over, come closer, banana corona. Yeah, but like that kind of, you see me? I feel like we can put that in a wedding vows, you see? But no, it's a decent tune still. It's a decent tune. All I wish though, for Casino, if he happens to hear this, just use this wave properly. Just use this new promotion. Abia asks why I'm look like that. Oh yeah, you see the before and after how him look. All I'm saying, my advice to him, if he want to take my non-artist advice, is that just use this wave properly. You know what I mean? We see a lot of people fall out through social media catching off artists and them never ride the wave properly. Why? But to get what I say, Gully Bop for example, we don't know what, you know what I mean? So use the publicity wisely. Continue to make some decent music. Cause the people I watch right now, the streets I watch, and from the streets I watch you never know how far you can go. So on the whole vibration tonight, we're going on to we're going to the break. Want to go to the break? Alright, so we have a bag of chatting for do. So we're going to go into a break, guys. But tonight, I'll just introduce the topic and get the people them interested, right? So the topic tonight, you don't know me say we talk about how Casino have to change up him look. Why him change up him look? Was it because him feel like if him lighter skin, it'll be a better look as an artist? He might be more accepted in the industry. Well, people, that's a vibe, that's a thought process that's called colorism. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about colorism. Is it a thing? Is it a thing? You know, does it affect the workplace? Does it affect your personal life? Does it affect the entertainment industry? That's the vibe. But until then, I'm going to go to a quick commercial break. With so far, this is The Streets, according to me, your boy Shelz. Sue 13.
One love, one heart, one Jamaica. On the Bridge 99 FM to the world.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, you don't know, so from here, the baddest instrumental pon radio, you know, so this is one I baddest show them pon radio. And I modestly say one of the baddest because the rest of the bad show them they where? On the Bridge 99 FM. This is The Streets, according to me, your boy Shelz. And tonight, people are going to talk about colorism. Enough people don't even know that colorism is a thing. Is it really a thing, though? We're going to talk about that. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about how it affects everyday life in Jamaica. We speak about if it, it affects jobs, if it affects the entertainment industry, if it affects love life. You know what I mean? All that sort of thing. But before I get into that, I forgot one trending topic. This I got hurt a lot of non-fortisans. Yeah, Shannon, we know it I got hurt them. Kingston College. What is it? Through to the Money Cup final? Psst. Was there any doubts? I'm just saying. Them sister will drop out of the little Super Cup thing and them start be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I won college. Yes, I say I won college. But anyways, so tonight's discussion is colorism. And I'm going to go into my monologue real quick. I'm going to share my views on the topic. So first and foremost, I would like to big up Richard Stewart. My brethren Richard, big up yourself, bro, and his team and his brilliant idea called The Creative Class. Now, for you guys who don't know what that is, find it on YouTube right now, The Creative Class. What happened is that it's an online series where you just have a bunch of people just sharing their opinions and sharing their perspectives on a whole bunch of topics. And the recent one I caught was on colorism, and it really inspired me. So big up Richard. Anyway, there. I actually wanted to be forward on the show tonight, but you don't know he's a busy man, so hopefully he can forward. But big up Richard. He's the inspiration behind this, and big up my producer for acknowledging that and making sure that we can go through with it. So big up yourself, Richard. I remember people, it's The Creative Class on Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah, they have an Instagram page as well, so you can find them. So yes, first and foremost, I want you guys to understand that colorism does exist. It does. It's a real thing. According to Google, Abby's best friend, colorism is prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. So for the poor persons at the back of the room, it's just another way all black people fight black people. It's just another tool. It's another way all black people fight black people. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I want you to understand this, Bridge Nation. It's evident every day within our society. Like, no joke. First and foremost, I feel like I think we should do like a survey. You know, like or like a case study or whatever you want to call it. Put two gentlemen, one light skin, one dark skin in a suit. Like, dress them up properly. Put the two of them in a suit and put them in the streets, right? And ask the public for guess which one of them think make the most money. It'd be very interesting to see what the responses are. You know what I mean? Really, just what's if the light skin one they closer to like a Adam Stewart color? Trouble. Trouble. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you'll be very you'll be very, 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 very interested to hear those responses. Pre the music video them. You know what I mean? Those subliminal messages when you say, oh, my pretty girl in the front seat. Normally, is a light-skinned girl. You know, pre the language what we use. Clean skin and chroma is normally like associated with light-skinned girls. I don't know why, but you know, the language. You know, I even remember back in the day, I ever heard stories back in the day, you know, back in the prehistoric times where parents come from. Remember when they talk about your airline jobs and job in a bank and them thing. There used to be a certain color, a certain criteria of people who could have worked in a them position there, you know. So it's a serious thing. Now, what I want to say though, Bridge Nation, I personally believe though, even though I make like a joke, I might highlight those instances. I do believe that, you know, the mindset has changed somewhat. Especially, you know, I feel like beauty is being appreciated on a wider scale. However, I still feel like, you know, deep into the roots of our culture, deep into the roots of the roots of our mindset, it's still there. Like it there somewhere. And I wonder, to myself, I couldn't help but wonder why is that? Why is that even a thing? Why is it still there? And the first thing that thought to my mind, you know, is slavery and colonialism. You know, slavery, colonialism, that time period. Because here we go on Bridge Nation. Many are still blind to the long-term effects of slavery, you know. You see in Jamaica, you see that slavery, colonialism mindset thing there. It's serious. You understand me? I love history, you know. I love history. So, most want to hear what me I say right now. Want to know, say, back in the day, plantation owners used to find all sort of way to segregate the slaves, them, you know. Cause I remember, you know, more slave than plantation owners, you know, so you have to break them in a different ways. And one of the ways that they used was separating field slaves from house slaves. And if you really pre the criteria for house slaves, it was normally like some light skin, you know, them dress them better. I don't know, the field slaves are normally darker skin tone and them get certain, you know, inhumane treatment and all sort of something. So what I read from that is that, can you imagine the resentment that probably caused? Or you can even imagine how it further helped to segregate us from our brothers and sisters, like meds that. And as another man said, no, I probably could be reaching with this, or I could have a point. You know what I mean? I think the message I want to get from this is that I believe that the need to be accepted by a foreign mindset has trapped us for generations. You hear what I'm saying? So it's bigger than just a one white man or planted. It's a mindset. Like we feel like the mindset that come from the foreign mindset, that is like the status. That is what we're supposed to go to. That's the stature we're supposed to aim for. And it's like we feel less than if we don't meet that. And I feel like that has trapped us for generations. You know what I mean? So personally, no, my experience with colorism, now this is gonna be interesting. I guess you can say I experienced colorism from like both sides, if that makes sense. So I've had someone being a colorist towards me, and I've had people call me a colorist. So let me explain the first one. So high school days, you know what I mean? Let me tell you something, Kevin. I don't know, you saw the girl them are going like them woke to black men now. You see me, I say? Back in the high school days, the girl them never wise like that. They never dare add chocolate to them diet like they are now. You understand what I mean? I say, like, back then, I mean, in high school, brother, I legit had a girl say, that was my girl, but it was a girl I like. She said, yo, you know, girl always a top old man always I say, yo, you look nice for a black girl. A girl said, said the same thing for me, isn't it? It was like, yo, you know, I don't normally date black guys, but you're nice for a black guy. I was like, what you mean? So why you not normally date black guy? Because brown man, neat and clean. And I was like, wow. You see me? I say, wow. I want to know, say, couple that with the whole bleaching phenomenon where they are going to dancehall music back then. It was a serious thing, man. When man used to left for God town, man. Whoo! Bathroom full. Every beer, man, with them face product. And yeah, man, I'm not going to go around here, Kevin. They use up the cake soap to face well dry I go out town. But take it there work for me. But man, tell you know what did save me though? What did save me though, Bridge Nation, was the fact that, you see, my mother, hands down the smartest woman I know. Back then and even before then, my mother always looked at me and say, yo, you know, say, you're a beautiful black boy. And that stuck with me. Yeah, it's so nerdy and all them things, but that's me. I am that guy now, to this day. No girl can style me because my mother said I'm handsome, so I feel handsome. That's me. That's me. I go there 100%. So, no, listen though. Listen, it's a serious thing, right? Now, as it relates now to being a colorist. Now, people told me this simply because them they are pretty much track record. My dating track. I don't want to say track record because I don't want the ladies feel like they're like objects and stuff. Like I'm not objectifying them or nothing. But if you like the ladies I've dated, predominantly, light skin and thing like that. So I've had friends jokingly, I guess, say, "Oh, you love browning and this and that." Okay. First and foremost, I will accept that, but I won't accept being called a colorist because of the connotations that are associated with the term. I feel like I will never ever put down somebody else because I feel somebody is better. I never ever do them thing there. And I feel like it really, and there's this podcast that really touched on the matter. There's a podcast that touched on the matter. It's called Fresh and Fit podcast, where they had two guys really just going off on their preferences. And what I really want to end this whole vibe is this whole thing about preference versus being a colorist. Like for me, I feel like a preference is the things that I choose for my personal life. You understand what I mean? I say? I feel like when you start project your ideologies onto people. So for example, girls will say them like a tall guy. You see me? I say, I'll be a roller eye them. If a girl says she like a tall guy, I don't pre her for that. I'm not going to call her like she body shaming or anything. But if she look on every single girl in a society and say, if you not date a tall guy, then that's how I see the difference between having a preference and spreading an ideology like colorism and racism. So yeah, I heard I have guests on the line. I do. Yeah, all my guests are on the line. All right, so I'm gonna cut my little monologue short, but I'm gonna jump to my solution if I can, please. I think classism and colonialism, though, in our society, deep in the roots. You understand what I mean? I say, like, we're going to do a lot of work to get rid of this. However, though, I do believe we can begin educating ourselves and generations to come about broadening our perspective of what's beauty. I believe it's important, people, to adopt a powerful mindset. A mindset that facilitates self-love, self-appreciation, and most importantly, love and respect for others. You understand what I say? So I feel like I even responded to my brethren Daniel Blake's post. I told him that I feel like Jamaica is importing a lot of things, and one of the things that we're importing is a mindset, and we need to be very careful. So people, broaden on horizons, parents, guardians, teachers, please educate the youth and encourage the youth to read beyond what is being fed to them on new media. Just please. Beauty is far, far beyond what the eyes can see, please. So I'm gonna just jump now. I heard I have guests on the line. Who we got? So first and foremost, man, I heard we have recording artist Alex A Game. That's a dope name. That name the bud. That's a dope name. Okay, you're not be. I tell you the truth. Okay, so Alex from there. So Aji, recording artist Aji is here. Pick up yourself, Aji. Is he here? Is the artist there with you? Okay. And do we have the trainer, the corporate coach? Mr. Fabian Thomas. He's here? Okay. I want to make sure I can hear them though.
You hearing me?
All right, that's Fabian.
Yes.
Bless up, brother. What going? How you doing?
Blessings. Giving thanks. Happy New Year.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, first and foremost, and Aji is here.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear.
I see Aji. I see what going. Bless up, brother. And also, and Aisha Davis. I know Aisha. I've seen her on social media. Singing and very talented. Always, the artistic. Aisha, is she here with us?
I am here, but I'd like for you to address me properly, sir.
Please.
You address the gentleman as a recording artist. So
okay, all right. My apologies. Aisha. So, all right, let me get this. Rewind. So, on the line is the beautiful Aisha Davis, the talented artist. But you see, the thing is, though, Aisha, you do so many things. You're a songwriter. All right. I'm going to do that right now.
The whole classism, racism, colorism thing, sir.
All right.
Please and thank you.
All right. I like it. All right. So, recording artist, songwriter. I see actress. Yes, I saw you. You were in a film of a friend of mine, Jamar. I saw that. Yeah, man. So, enough. Just overall talented. Bless up, Aisha. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'm gonna start with Aisha because she's slightly tackling me the hardest so far. Aisha, first and foremost, right off the bat, do you believe colorism is still happening in 2022?
It is, unfortunately. And I know some persons might say, but you're a brownie, you can't really say nothing. But I mean, I have friends, and I have eyes to witness what I see happen, and unfortunately it's something that has been, I think you had said it earlier, it's ingrained in our psyche. Our parents and our parents' You remember how they always say, nothing too black, never good, no good.
Wow.
And they'd always encourage us to date a nice brown-skinned man.
Yeah.
With money. You know what I mean?
the money part,
and vice
yeah.
versa.
Yeah.
Brown-skinned girl, nobody wants. Trying to carry up the black picky head girl or boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for that, I mean, even with hair texture and everything, you can talk, you can have your hair natural because you have nice hair. Your
Yeah,
hair
good
nice
hair and bad hair,
pretty,
yeah.
good hair, and I'm like, there's no such hair as
Exactly.
good hair.
Yeah.
It's just the textures that are different, and it's just how we view ourselves and how we were raised. Because it's one thing to be well read and learned, but how you were raised, what you have grown up to see, and how you were cultured set the precedent. So it's kind of hard to just say somebody, oh well, that's not what beauty is. What they were taught, what they grew up seeing, and what they've lived. You know, they say children live what they learn and learn what they live.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for us to just say, oh well, you're a beautiful black person. You have to accept that and know that. It's something. It's having to untrain the mind.
Yeah.
To think that somebody who's dark skinned is not as beautiful as somebody who's brown.
I agree. Aisha mentioned something about, you mentioned beautifully something about things that are being learned, you know what I mean, outside of schools. One of those mediums I feel like really affects our generation is the media. You understand me? Things that are projected on the media, especially in
the media does, it does
Yeah.
have an impact. And you said it earlier, like even in the music videos,
I was going there,
they
yeah.
tend to have the lead girls as brown skin Douglas or white or Hispanic light skin ones and stuff. And it's only because of what I think has been in the eye, that has been ingrained, the subliminal message that this is the mark of beauty.
Wow.
This is
So Aji, you agree with that, my brother? In terms of the music, you think the music have you seen any improvements? Cause we know say back in the day, you know what I mean, not for the music video, you know, as Aisha rightfully said, the pretty brown girl in the front seat. Are we seeing improvement? Are you as an artist, a fellow artist, seeing any improvements? And a second question, a two-part question. When you think about your music videos, how do you choose if it's a girl song? Do you have a preference with the girls that you put in the video?
Well, I answer that question first. First and foremost, I don't choose the girls for my videos. The director normally do that.
Okay.
But if we ever talk about colorism, classism, first and foremost, we have to kind of understand where it comes from. Because you say you love history, right?
Right.
But I'm not sure if you're familiar with the famous slave owner Willie Lynch.
Yes.
Right. So Willie Lynch is the person who taught the theory to all of the slave owners as far as separating the brown slaves, putting them in the house, making sure that they watch the field slaves and so on. So it started off by giving brown-skinned people a level of privilege. And it kind of transcends generations where in this modern day society is still a privilege.
Yeah.
So, and then now the worst thing about it is that psychologically it kind of leave a chip on the shoulder of darker skinned people. So they act more aggressive. And so by nature now everybody just expect the darker skinned youth to be more aggressive and be more violent. Because he saw the difference, Remember I said film 4 parents were in the field, they saw the difference in the treatment. So they always had that chip on their shoulder.
Yep, yeah man, definitely.
And them respond in a violent way because them know so there's a difference. While the house slaves made it seem like, oh, you're just not good enough.
Yeah.
So what if? The question is, what if the reason why people are more drawn to are more inclined to give privilege to lighter skinned people is because lighter skinned people, having been privileged for so many years, are now more easier to deal with. As opposed to the darker skinned person who have that chip on his shoulder for so many years is a little bit more hostile. So it's something women can't ever change. To be honest with you, but nothing can ever change.
And
Right,
you know what? That's unfortunate, because it's not always the case. The darker skinned person is not necessarily the more aggressive one, and sometimes the darker skinned person is actually more qualified for the position. You know what I mean? But it is unfortunate. It happens. I sometimes go I'll go on the road with a friend of mine, and she used to say it, but I never actually paid it any mind because I just thought she had kind of like a little chip on her shoulder kind of complex thing,
Right.
because, she's darker than I am. And the more she said it, I said, you know what, let me pay attention. And so we'd go to a restaurant or whatever to order food to go. And she would go first. And, hi, excuse me, I'd like to order da-da-da. And she nobody pays her any mind. And then I come up and I say, hi, can I get so? And they actually tend to me. And she said, so it's Chusha Brown and she tall. Okay, all right. But we would joke it off. We'd play it off and stuff and then, whatever. But it happened so many times that I realized that it actually does happen. It spans in every industry.
Wow. So Fabian, my question to you is, as Mayor Ajib mentioned, and to an extent I agree with him, it's so deep within our psyche, it's kind of hard to believe, so we can kind of shake it. But is there a solution for this? Is there any way to break the mindset or reintroduce a newer mindset that's more accepting, that promotes a more broadened perspective?
I think there is. I mean, because it's deep rooted. It's slavery, and I think one of the things that I think has been missing from the conversation so far that's very, very important. There's a practicality to it in slavery. Who were the brown people on the plantation? People who master and him staff had sex with the Africans, and because they had a little milk in their chocolates. They were seen as a little more human and valuable. So that's how them end up in the big house with lighter work anyway, and maybe could get a Prips to book and read. So there's also status. So even though he may have raped your mother to bring you forth, because you have a little brownness, you had more value than the darker slaves. Wow. And the darker slaves were seen as being the brute force. Them can't take your hard work and the sun hot. So even then you get that thing of the distinction between, because my genes is now in the black pool, these brown people have more value. Wow. And in a warped way, I'm going to take a little better care of them by putting them in the house to work, different clothing, access to more things, and that has perpetuated in our culture. Wow. The idea of brownness being status and privilege, and having access and being visible. And even sometimes, you have brown people who, they're not rich, but once you see it, it's a status symbol. And we had it in Jamaica.
We sure do. That's
love the car, I love my thing, but most of all, I love my Browning. And then when people rush him go record a song, and when him say, him cry for black woman. Notice the difference in the tone. So even artists that we revere, it's there. This idea of the browning, we have to, in every, and it's in our schools. We have things monitoring black hair, 2 inches. But people who do not have black hair can have them hair down to them shoulder. But the black boys and black girls, a black girl can't wear China bump in a school in Jamaica. In a country that's 95% black. So it's entrenched. It's in our education system. It's in the hotel system. It's in the workplace. So we have to challenge it everywhere we see that. In our homes, we have to speak and bless our children. We have to change the language. Wow. We have to challenge people. As in, when you look at videos coming out of Jamaica, and if you have it's a female-centered video, and we do some research, and you find that 90% of the lead, especially romantic leads, are light skinned. No, that is shifting, and I'm glad you're seeing a slow, intentional shift. Where we're seeing more dark skinned people being cast in films and videos. We have to continue that trend, and we have to call colorism when we see it. And even sometimes our friends, it slip out. Like the most popular one is oh, she's really pretty for a black girl.
For a
And it's a
black
black
girl.
person.
It's
And
like,
they would tell you they
oh, we're
never
all
mean any
black.
insult. You
What
know,
is
they're
wrong with
actually,
you?
they would tell you, oh, I'm playing or a compliment because black girls aren't normally that pretty.
Wow. Jeez.
So I thought, you know, even people didn't realize what a powerful revolutionary thing it was when Davina Bennett did not cream her hair for
Yeah.
Miss Universe.
Yeah.
And I
And
loved
what was the
it.
world
I'm
talking
glad she
about her
didn't.
beautiful afro? Because it is antithetical for a black woman to go to a beauty contest with natural hair. You know
Well,
why?
natural.
The majority of the sponsors are hair care products.
Yeah.
As Davina Lana Miss Universe, they were asking her, so what you do with the hair? What you do with the hair? And she said, nothing. Nothing. Until the head of the chaperone person that Miss Universe, and Davina kept saying, I'm gonna put an afro pick through it, and that's what I'm doing. They're nearly mad. Because how dare this black woman stand in her beauty and
And
come
her
here with
blackness.
or worse now, it's also mad than when they ball off them head.
Wow.
So the melody that pop even more now, kind of
Yeah.
here now block it.
Yeah.
I think those personal statements are
Yeah.
really important, and we have to call ourselves because guess what? We have it, you know. There's a thing they did it's a really painful thing to watch. They got some black kids, African American kids in the States, and showed them a series of dolls, and without fail, all of them identified the dark-skinned dolls as the bad one. They had a negative response. These are black children.
Wow.
The white dolls were the pretty doll. That's the toy they wanted. And I'm glad now, even in America, we have no more black toys on the shelves.
Representation,
black people have to step up. Because guess what? The white man not going to do it. Just like in Hollywood, you know, Michael Jordan and all these filmmakers say, we are not going to wait on white Hollywood to make the stories about us. We are going to pull together and make the films about
our own
us.
stories, yeah.
So it's that people slept on how important Black Panther was.
Yeah.
That young kids got to see a black superhero. Got to see what?
Yeah.
And you know, look how many stories we have in Jamaica. Where's the film on Bob? Where's the film on Peter? Where's the film on Marcus Garvey? Where's the play? Where all these things where young people now can get to see their heroes and get to see Nanny. And even Marcus Garvey married two amazing black women who pushed his career, who we don't talk about. So we have to make the change. We have to say, you know what? We have to shift this thing. And when it come up, we have to call it out.
Well,
and then change the language, how we see ourselves, but also
the language
each
is
other.
very important, brother. No,
very important.
No, very, very well said, Fabian. I heard that recording artist Alex A Game is on the line. Is he here? Is it Zoom or on the phone? Alex is on Zoom.
I see him. He's on Zoom.
Bless up.
Debo.
My greetings, brother. Greetings,
Hey,
brother.
Alex.
Blessings.
So Alex, I don't know. We're talking about colorism in Jamaica. You know what I mean? We're highlighting all the little ways that it pop up in a society, whether it be your everyday life, entertainment, you know, jobs, all of that stuff, right? My question is to you as you forward. There's something in society that I hear a lot called my preference. You understand what I say? And it's almost being used as a crutch. Earlier in the show, I said how I see preference, and I want to know, all of you, I want to know if you guys agree or disagree. I see preference as something that is tailored just for you and your life. You understand what I say? So if I say I prefer this type of woman, it's not me, it's just for my life. But if I then look on my fellow brother and say, yo, your girl have to match my girl, then that's me spreading an ideology, and that's where it gets wrong. That's how I see it. That's why. So I want to know how do you is there a thin line between preference and colorism and racism and all these things, or is it just a crutch, or is there actually a separation between the two?
Well, you know, I feel like at the first, the best part to start first, you bring up preference, right?
Yeah.
So me see it, based off how me understand, you know what I mean? Preference, a lot of the times, I think majority of the times, your preference is formed based off your perspective. And there's a whole heap of things in a society, you know, the way we socialize from the womb, you know what I mean, coming up to the point where we didn't know where form and shape with perspective and help us you know what I mean, decide what we prefer.
Right.
So even with preference involved, colorism is colorism. You know what I mean? And classism is classism. You know what I mean? And preference is a part of it.
Yeah, one.
You dig me?
If you like one, feel the other.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, me think it go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Me go hand in hand. It go hand in hand because the reason why we can identify colorism is because of the same word where we use preference. You know what I mean? Whether it be my preference, your preference, the government's preference, that those people's preference, who for preference, you know what I mean? Me just feel like colorism and preference go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because as I say, preference form based off of perception. And perception come from, you know what I mean? It not just come out of nowhere. So
your preference and for me, I'm thinking your preference also it's based on what you like. Or what is it that you like? And if your track record, if you look at what you've always selected, and we're not talking about flavors of ice cream or whatever. You prefer coconut to pistachio. That's different.
Right.
That has to do with your taste buds and stuff and what makes you feel good when you consume it. Preference, like Alex says, it goes hand in hand with and it tends to kind of shadow the colorism. Oh well, I prefer a brown skinned girl. Why? And if you ask a lot of men why, they can't tell you why.
Stuttering
they just
going.
do.
Yeah.
They just do why. And there's always possibly, she prettier or she nicer or skin nicer or whatever. And a lot of times even the psyche behind it is they're thinking of their children.
Oh yeah,
what are my children gonna look like?
Yeah, I used to remember them.
And if I'm a dark skinned guy, I'm gonna want a light skinned girl so my children can have. Yeah, and then I'm gonna want a coolie or an Indian or a white girl or whatever.
Me get an example though, cause me get what I'm saying. I meant no sense, you know. But there's not nothing to do with colorism or classism, but there's body shaming when me used to go through, isn't me? Me used to like know some girl and thing, and them used to say, "Oh, you're cute, but you're too mager."
Yo, Jesus,
is it that? Am I supposed to then look on them and say, "Come, I never really feel bad about it, you know"? I'm not telling a lie, you know. Come to me, I just say, "Oh, your preference," you know what I mean? It's like,
I think there's a difference there, though.
Is it?
Yeah, because here's the thing. And I guess I don't know. For me, it's like some people like a big-bodied woman, and some like slimmer women. Some women prefer lean men. Some like what do you call them, the teddy bear kind.
Dad buds.
So that is a preference, and it's not like there's a difference between that and body shaming.
Okay.
As in, shaming someone, say she's big and fat and ugly and whatever.
So,
and she's ugly because she's fat.
All right, so then Aisha, so the same thing. Aisha, if I say, for example, I like a brown girl. I'm not gonna say the black girl ugly. I just say I like a brown girl.
But
so
that's what I'm saying.
I want to jump in quick because it's an interesting thing. It's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
Once you are excluding people based on a preference.
Oh, the exclusion is a big part.
There's an ism in there.
Yeah, there's exclusion. Okay.
Because for whatever reason, you have been socialized, and some people even don't realize on them subconscious. Somewhere in my life, I found belief that thinner people are more attractive than heavy people. Somewhere in my life, I formed the opinion that brown-skinned people are more attractive than dark-skinned people. So I exclude those people. Somewhere in my life, I had the opinion that short people are not as attractive. That's an ism.
Okay.
And it shows up, because when you say to people, where did that, because are you dating somebody? And it's a big thing around. There are beautiful people who are physically beautiful. They're awful, terrible people inside. Right. And don't deserve. They must go raise some cactus plants or aloe vera plant.
Cat. Okay, Fabian.
Some cat.
Do you really think so?
Because they're pretty on the outside, and where does the idea of pretty come from? Okay, and but pretty has to do with hair texture and skin color and size. So there's isms involved in all of them. But they're sort of different.
Fabian, though, I've always been a fitness person and stuff. So for me personally, I've never ever been, before I even know what a particular preference is being attracted to a heavier man. Never ever. And the more I delve into my fitness, my lifestyle and stuff, I honestly could not see myself dating someone who is fat. You understand?
And I hear, but that comes from somewhere. Most of we don't know, it's so deep.
You
but
know,
it comes from
but that
somewhere.
is
Somewhere.
me.
The idea that a particular body
preference.
type
which
is more attractive than the other.
But
that's what I'm saying. But here's that I think that, as you said earlier, that there's a double edge, but it's also a thin line, because also you don't want to be having persons who have a particular preference to feel conscious or self-conscious, thinking, oh, am I attracted to this one because is this an ism, whatever, and question their preference, or that is concerned.
I think there was a question unpacking.
As far as I'm concerned,
well, I'm here.
if I'm not naturally attracted to a
Alex, what you say? Sorry, I didn't want to forget.
You know, to base off of that discussion just now between Aisha and Fabian, right?
Yeah.
Me think me have something else to add to the first question you asked me. You know, say you asked me about the line between preference and the colorism, right?
Yeah, and the ism, any ism.
Maybe I said something about exclusion just now.
Yeah, man.
I think there's something to add to it, because there's two sides to it. Preference doesn't necessarily mean that you exclude the other one. You just prefer this.
That's where I'm coming from. That's where I'm coming from.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, Tom, see it, you might prefer a lighter skin, but that don't mean you wouldn't date a black girl.
See it then. Okay?
So to me, that is not colorism.
Right, that's not colorism.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
That is not colorism.
Aisha make it clear a while ago, because based off of what she has said, it's almost like she would have never dated a bigger guy, you see me?
Right.
So
There's the ism.
Yes.
Man. There's the ism that they saw.
Or they can cost me if you don't want to. My statement is always, I don't do fat.
Yeah.
all right. Before we go though, got 9 o'clock the show though. Hold on to my side.
I'm not judging you or anybody.
Say man. But all right, before we go though,
I love
Ajay, you're quiet up on the line. Just any final thoughts on the whole colorism in Jamaica? Do you have any solutions you want to bring forth to the table, especially in the entertainment industry? Ajay.
Well, personally, I feel like it is so deeply rooted and deeply embedded. There's really no solution for it. It's sad, but I can remember when I was a little child, like watching TV. Even on Tom and Jerry, the bad cat is always black.
Villains.
The bad cat in cartoon. There's a reason why somebody's blacklisted when you're not allowed. There's a reason why you're blackballed when you're not allowed. So all of them add on to the psychological effect. And if you think say a panel or awareness are gonna change that, I think wrong. It's a conditioning, and it's 300 years of conditioning that you can't just reverse. You know what I say? Because first and foremost, we not talk about brown girl and dark girl, and the whole of them wear weave ear that them don't grow naturally. So
I do.
what we really are talking about.
All right.
Not you, Aisha, because my sister you keep it.
True.
See? But I'm talking about the thing about it is the psychological effects of it, and right now more people in Jamaica bleach because them just feel more accepted, they feel more value.
It's true.
So
except brown is nicer, and them get more attention.
Wow.
Yeah.
If a man feel like say brown in a film type, it shouldn't be because you think it is more valuable. It should be because you actually like it. I don't like heavyset girls because I'm a skinny person.
Right.
So when I wake up, I don't want to wait until you wake up to take up your leg off of me for me get up on my
Wow.
Oh, the wrongness, the political incorrectness that runs rampant.
Wow.
So here, she going to crush me. So that is ism the all over that.
No, that's not ism. That is no.
That is a serious ism.
Because I mean, I
We'll have to go wrap up. Fabian, final words.
So I unlike Aji, I live in hope, and the trends are there. It's shifting. You have more and more Black people, young and old, claiming their blackness, loving their blackness, celebrating their blackness, and expressing it. More people, more women, even more women doing natural hair. We've had a movement as in the film industry where insecure these things were at the first time we have seen Black people lit properly with proper makeup and the skin just a pop. Because in the industry, the white makeup artists don't know how to make up Black people, and the Black people them say, you know what? So somebody's actually said them walk with them own make it them say, okay, let me do it. So there is a shift, and I think we have to sell it and keep pushing it, and have the conversations around celebrating each other and shifting the mindset, and like I said, calling it in our spaces, in our friends, when we are our friends say it. But and keep pushing and challenging some of the institutions like our education system that has the inherent racism and colorism in it. The way the students are treated, you know, that principal of the private school who proudly say the liquor Rasta girl probably have lies. She said this to the media with no shame, whereas the reality, if anybody else lived abroad, if anybody lives abroad, people, white or Caucasian, will have way more licensed stations than Black
so
people.
If she wasn't really educated,
She proudly said,
that.
she probably is a hygiene issue, and never feel no way. The young lady who them shave her love said that day, where's the report? So we have to start make up more noise and say, no, this is not right. We can't. But then what we can do to kind of shift and regain the royalty and the respect and the love and celebrate the melanin more.
Facts, brother.
And love each other. By the way, Aisha Davis, big up yourself, goodie.
Amen.
I haven't seen in a long time. I mean, Aisha come from 4.
No, Alex, any further words on the topic?
Alex just got back on. He got bumped off. He's just reconnecting.
Okay.
All right. So in the meantime, Aisha.
Okay, for me, as Fabian said, there is a shift. It might be small, but it takes time because this is years, as Aji had said earlier, years of things ingrained in our psyche and in our history and our culture and stuff. But what it's taking is not just saying it and calling it out, but doing. Because saying do as I say and not as I do is two different things, because it makes the society seem hypocritical. So if we say, okay, all right, embrace your blackness, embrace your beauty, you are strong, you're powerful, and not just say it, but walk it. You lead by example. More people will follow. I have quite a few friends who I'm proud to say that I have influenced to go back natural. You know, wear your natural hair, your natural curls. You can, if you want it to be straight at one point, you can blow it out. You know what I mean? But still keep your natural hair. If you're accepting who you are as a black person, whether you're a light-skinned black person or a dark-skinned black person, all of that comes with hair straight down from the crown of your head to the tip of your toe. You understand? So you can't just say, oh, I'm black, but all your hair is straight Peruvian hair that never grew out. Like that don't make no sense. So you're like a walking contradiction. So we have to lead by example. So if we want to see the change, we have to be the change that we want to see.
Amen. Lovely note there. Alex, final words?
First and foremost, I say, all great points made, since my join, you know what I mean? Big up to Aji, big up yourself, Fabian, Aisha, big up yourself, great people, great minds, you know what I mean?
Amen.
But, all great points, as me say, and the only thing we can really add to it is that people just love on themselves, you know what I mean? And love people.
There it is.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what we put on earth for them. Just love yourself, love people, care for people, you know what I mean? Whether it no matter what them look like, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's all about the heart and it's all about the soul, you know what I mean? And that really I live for. And do what makes you happy. You dig what I say? Do what make you happy, but understand why you do it. You know what I mean? I'm glad we have the conversation because more people need to hear the conversation and more people need to for join the conversation, yeah. And it's just a thing where even myself, a long time I never really dig deep into that, even just mentally, the whole, you know, without going right now, it's like all of this, same type of thing, yeah, colorism, classism, all of this, I get pushed to the one next part, you know what I mean? They might cover it up, they might hide it, all of that, but we're glad we get to join the conversation, and people just love it. I love people.
Appreciate
it.
it.
I'm gonna happy and appreciate people, you know what I mean?
Well, very well said, man.
Big up
Very
yourself.
well said. Big up, brother. Big up.
Big up yourself, Shelz, you know what I mean?
Big up, brother. Enough love and respect always. Thank you, guys.
For having me.
Yes,
Love the
man.
conversation.
Yes, man. Although you slight talking to me earlier, Aisha, it was very profound. I love it. Same way.
I'm the only female, so I gotta
As you should.
represent.
And so you have to represent. I appreciate that. Yes, Bridge Nation, you don't know. This has been another fantastic. The streets are going to me, your boy Shelz. Again, I'd like to thank my guests. Beautiful, talented people. I'm talking Aisha Davis, Alex A. Game, Aji, and the General, Mr. Fabian Thomas, all sharing lovely perspectives on the vibration that is colonialism. Is it going to still be a thing? Is it here to stay forever? Or can we be the change that we want to see in the world? People, the discussion continues, you know. But again, as Alex rightfully said, continue loving yourself, bless upon yourself, and love one another, please. This has been The Streets According to me, your boy Shelz. I'll see you guys next week. Bless up.